I'm not sure how they go about it. But definitely we need to start encouraging people to start opening up businesses. We do have a lot of Latino businesses, which is great. I just finished smashing some tacos. So I'm very appreciative. Hey, I love they rice and beans, boy, I tell you.
Right.
But straight up, we don't have black businesses. And we need more because the black people really need to have an economic foundation, and we don't have that.
Right. And what's crazy is the ones that are there aren't getting a lot of traction. Now, granted, what is it? There's over there on Main Street. There's the beauty, not the beauty, the barbershop.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you got
Jockeys and Serenity. Yeah, those aren't getting. Granted, those don't get a lot of traction. You see some traffic, but not a lot. Because I deliver flyers there on a daily basis. Shut up, Mario. So yeah, like places like that, and then hell, just more.
We definitely got to support black business, the ones that we do have.
Right, which is why I can't wait for Jarek to bring his behind on through so that we can start
he's opening up on Main Street, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But like with Aunt Rona wreaking havoc, it's just kind of hard.
Aunt Rona.
That's what I call her, Aunt Rona, because her boyfriend broke up with her, and now she's flipping over everything. It's terrible. So
Aunt Rona. But nah, we definitely get that underway. I know there's a lot of people out here that have great ideas as far as businesses and things of that nature. They just need to know how to go about making it happen.
Right.
They need to know the know-how so they can do this. Because I mean, the money is there. You got to get out and go get it. But our culture, like, is individual people that know how to go get it and make their money and be financially stable. But like as a whole, as a culture, like we really don't. We the ones at the bottom of the totem pole. So like we definitely got to get our economics up.
So would you suggest possibly like community center teaching of like how to invest money and stuff like that? That sounds like an option.
Definitely.
Especially for the youth that just which class of 2020, congratulations, they definitely could take that up. So
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. Like teaching them how to invest and multiply your money other than the norms
that should be a class or something.
Yeah. It should be
financial literacy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I actually, a friend of mine from college, from Purdue, his son came up to him saying, "Daddy, I want to learn how to invest." And it's just like, well, if you know some tricks of the trade that we don't, then we need you, sir. We need you, sir. So there's that, and that's all I can really think of for right now. Is anything else?
As far as economics, like we got a lot of people, a lot of black people that like owns a lot of land in East Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we okay with just owning it,
not doing anything with it.
Like prime example, our Dairy Queen been gone for years now.
Don't remind me.
You know what I'm saying? And I heard that Johnny owned that lot, on that building. Mm-hmm. But how long is it just going to be owned and not? And they beautified that whole drive for like 2 years. Whole drive, they worked on that. Trying to make it up. But all you see is that rundown Dairy Queen, and I know. Then they made the county market into like
a furniture store.
So everybody don't buy furniture on a regular occurrence like that. To put that in the heart of a different side of the city. It's just a lot. And then like I can say it like on the north side, like I miss having that Walgreens right there. Like I don't know what that conversation was about.
Right. It's kind of like, I can give you some information on that, because that was not a city decision. That was actually a corporate decision to cut that Walgreens from that area. Mm-hmm. And it was, that sucked, because
that's tough.
Any word on what they want to do with that space?
They're supposed. I mean,
I hear CVS want to absorb it from the Harbor location to that location.
now y'all didn't hear this from me, but from
Not
what
at
I
all.
heard, it was supposed to be I think it was a Dunkin' Donuts, but
Man, they better not.
but I mean,
That's
things
tough.
can change. Things can change because that's just how the city runs. But that's what I heard. But that was like last year. I don't know what they're doing now. I don't think the people that wanted to come there know what they're going to do now with all this floating around. Because 2020 is a lot. Can we just act like 2020 never happened when 2021 get here? Because I can't.
It's tough to act like it didn't happen with what's going on in the world today.
I mean, aside from the George Floyd thing, that happened, but we just can't associate that with. We can't. There's got to be some other way. It's just terrible. But I agree. Like, there needs to be people that own this. Like, we need to, like, I guess not track them down, but be like, hey man, you got this land. What are you gonna do with it? Maybe we could give you some suggestions.
And the reason I say that is because Gary has like the lowest turnover. Like, I don't even know the right terminology. You can buy a property in Gary for $1.
Yep.
But they give you a year. You got 1 year from the date of purchase with that dollar to turn it into something, or you lose you lose the lot back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and if people really invest in owning these lots in these buildings, like, what are we doing? Like I said, that Walgreens, that's tough. Like, people on the north side, south side, where they gonna get their pharmacy from? They're not gonna go to the Harbor because they go right to Hammond, and that Walgreens is closer. Now we're taking money away from our city.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I've been thinking about that stuff all the time, man. It's like, we got to make our people comfortable with being here, and then that'll bring the economic drive. You know what I'm saying? You just said people complaining about grocery stores. Like, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we fortunate enough to have a Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til is an Indiana franchise. We're fortunate to have one because if you grew up not going to Strachan Van Til, or we all old enough, we know how Sturks was. Sturks was always family-like. When you went to a Food for Less, when their branch came around, it was out of control. When you went to Jewel Osco, they was hell of expensive. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's been around. And
Food for Less too.
They're not putting like a Strachan Van Til down there in the Highland Cherville area where all those Nordstrom racks and all that stuff at. They got a Whole Foods because they want to keep raising the market up. We put a furniture store right there. Nobody want to move next to no furniture store.
Right, it's like, I don't want first, because it's already on the hill as it is. Like, you mean to tell me I gotta grab my lazy boy recliner, put it in the back of the truck, and pray to God the truck don't flip over? Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't we have a furniture store on Chicago Avenue?
And it's been there for years.
Right.
That's right. We do, on the corner. Right. Yep. Right.
I bought a twin bunk bed from there for my kid a couple years ago.
Right by, and it's funny. It's right across the street from the old Walgreens.
Yeah,
it's not there no more. That's crazy. Nah, I like this. I agree, because it's but like, how do we get that message out there? Like, I mean, there's the mayor, and I'm like the closest one to him aside from Mr. Lowry over there.
I'm not. No, that's all you, man.
You just go throw me under the bus like that? All right.
Real quick.
That's all you, bro.
I don't know. Like, you gotta have the right people. Somebody with the drive. Think long term.
And I wouldn't even say the drive. You damn near need to have somebody that's okay with not being liked, because a lot of people are not going to like the hearing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the nature. If it ain't their idea, it ain't the best idea.
Right.
And I mean, really, to be honest with you, as much as I hate to say it, kind of, that's literally just East Chicago. That's everywhere, but that is East Chicago too, and it's sad because there have been worse ideas that have been passed through council meetings that I've seen. I will not speak on them because I don't know who's watching this, but anyway, there's always been worse ideas that have been passed through meetings and like board meetings and such like that I have witnessed or have heard about that I don't even agree on. I don't even know where the idea or the thought came from. And it's just crazy to me how it could just happen. But let you try to actually do something that's like right, everybody's against it. You know, it's weird.
Well, how do you with that idea? Say you wanted to, do something at a community center or whatnot. How easy would that be to happen? If it was a group of people came together and said, "Hey, we want to do this community center," or this particular idea, like we spoke about earlier, like how easy would that be to happen?
Well, first we would have to find someone that's like very much qualified to handle a widespread group of teenagers and young adults that actually notice how I say want to invest their knowledge in investing, because you can have the knowledge there. How's it go? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. The kid, the kid or the young adult, the teenager has to be willing to want to learn about this type of stuff. It can't just be, I'm gonna just do it because everybody else is doing it. You can't have that type of sheep mentality when it comes to something that's semi-serious like this, especially when it comes down to money, you know? And so there has to be the kids. It's not so much putting it. If you build it, they will come. It's more so who's going to show up and show out. So it all boils down to drive at that point, I believe.
I mean, the people who's interested in it will definitely show up. It is a very important. It's very important that they understand this now, because they're up next, and they're not learning about how to work with money or what they can do with it. They don't even understand credit. Like they're in the same situation as our elders, and one thing that we don't want to do is lead the kids down that path, because we're already walking that path, and we're all individuals doing different things with our money and having a concept of how we can make it work for us and bring a financial foundation for us. But a lot of our kids, they just like make money, they spend it. But if you teach them, they're going to be up next. They're going to be growing up, and we got to give it to them. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, we still have to encourage our adults to do the same thing, straight up, because
charity begins at home.
Economics is always going to be a issue, especially in urban communities, especially in ours. So, like, for real, our people ain't got no money. We need some more money, and we need to learn how.
And that's something I'm teaching my daughter now. You know, my daughter will be 6.
Got to. Got to.
Yeah.
Spend half, save half.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not good with money, but I will spend my ass off. That's basically all I can really tell you, because I like to make my money, and I like to buy shit. If I see something, I'm finna grab it, because I know I got the money to grab it and keep it pushing. So, but I don't like to have too much, because I like to pace myself. And I think that's something that I learned like along the way, because video games can teach you something. Because let's say if you playing an RPG and you only have like $5,000 from a quest that you just completed, and you see some armor that you want that's going to like eventually help you, just gonna like, I'm gonna save that. Let me spend 2,000 on these healing potions and go hit this cave. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of teaching that I had, because I'm not saying I wasn't surrounded by people that taught me life lessons, and like especially when it comes to like credit and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, that's additional information that tacked on to my life. But not everybody else has that, and not everybody thinks like me. And so that's something that we can kind of hone in on. And if I piggyback on what you said, D'Angelo, you're right, because we need our people need the money, because this economy ain't gonna stop for nobody.
The only way we could really make some moves, man, is with money, bro. Like, we got like money just play a major role in like today's society, straight up. So like even on a bigger level, like even as urban people, we have no voice because we don't have no money.
Right.
You got money, you can make some move. People, they playing on status, as you
And
can
clout.
see, about status and how much money you got and what type of moves can you make. And we don't have any of that. So this is why we're continuously to see what we're seeing. We don't have no damn money. And that's a problem. And we've
Right.
been here for how long? We ain't got no damn money.
Right.
Like I said, individuals got it because somebody can hoop, Jordan. Somebody can golf. Somebody can play the piano. Like, people can get into different type of crafts and become successful. But as a collective, man, we ain't got it.
Right. And that's debatable too, because you got to be hella lucky to get that type of role or get your foot in the door that type of way.
Straight up. And if you're not fortunate enough to make it big like that, if you know how to work with your money, then you can still be on that same playing field.
Right. And especially where if you're able to manage your own money, you can eventually build yourself a contingency plan for if you make it big and then fall off, you still gotta, you got a safety net.
Straight up.
Not everybody know that. So that's another point that we can add up to the bulletin board on progress. As far as execution is concerned, that's still kind of up in the air because I can't just like barge into City Hall, Mayor. Can't really do that. Sandra, kick my ass.
What would happen if you did?
I'd probably get my Mike Lowry will come in and escort me out. That's what he'll do.
Hey, would you still be able to keep your job though?
Hey, look, at that, I don't know. I don't know, man. Look at me cross-eyed like, boy, if you don't get your monkey ass out of here.
That's all you're going to get. Go in that room and do that then. Because, like, we need to put some fire under some people.
We do. But, like, we have to put the fire up, but we can't be unruly with it. We gotta present it professionally. Not saying we aren't, but we gotta hit this professionally, tactically, and precisely, like damn near airtight. Because that's the only way that people can really take it seriously. So,
and that's what I was saying. Like, you gotta be okay with being the bad guy. So for the, like, not necessarily the bad guy, but make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And especially with the mayor being our race, it's like, Mayor, sir, sir, we have some things to discuss with you today, sir. So, yeah, that's another point. So, anything else on the table? The floor is open. I don't know how much time we got left. I said 40 minutes. Yeah, it's 8:28, so we got some time.
We still got time.
Are we okay with just doing this once a month? Because I know some people were saying they couldn't make it. They couldn't really make it. So
I'm saying we can, so I don't know how available folks can be, but we can aim for more than just once a month. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in the summer months where, all right, now you're going to be able to reach more people. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be out. People are going to be around. And that way we can, like, start having those conversations with people.
Right. This is also going to be broadcasted on YouTube. So whoever else gets with whatever subscriber base I have, they can just be like, hey, he's right.
Right.
So now with the discussion on black businesses, do you all feel that like certain black businesses, like when you walk in and like, do you feel like some of them might be like like a little bit too pricey, or is that just me? Or like the way that it is, or like the way that they handle it just don't seem right. The way that they handle their customer care is just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is that just me? Cause I swear, sometimes I walk into some place and just like, this how y'all treat your customer? Okay.
And you know what that is, Ryan?
What is that?
When you go to any job, any fast food. Let's say I'm gonna use fast food. You go to a fast food restaurant, they're gonna train you.
Right.
Right.
You get trained on what they expect.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, when you go to like a black ran business, you can tell like they haven't been trained because they haven't been taught that etiquette of this is professional. This is how you should move. This is what you
the
should be
big
doing.
leagues, right? This is the big leagues. So should we, on top of this, should we also maybe have like a public forum open or something along the lines to basically bring certain black businesses that are in East Chicago or whoever like approaches us about, hey, I want to be on this podcast, and we put them in the hot seat and be like, okay, why are y'all the way y'all are? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fire on some ass, huh? That's shut up.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta hit them with it. You can't sugarcoat it. You gotta get.
Well, like you said, it gotta be tactful, man. Like, I mean, definitely gotta ask that question. It's an important question, but hell, but no, I mean, we gotta find out. But we gotta go about it in another way. We don't want to offend people.
Right.
We want people to understand, like, we asking out of concern, and look, here go some things that we can talk about because we want you to succeed.
Right.
So it's how we approach them.
Right.
But no, definitely, if they want to talk on it, let them talk, like, so we can get to the bottom of it and we can just move forward, like, progressively.
Because I can tell you off rip, it's maybe one business that I will go back to every day of the week if I had a crap load of money coming out of my paycheck, and that's Soul Sisters Cafe. Because let me tell you something, their jerk loaded French fries, man, I can get fat off those all day. I'm not even gonna hold you. They're off Kennedy going to
right by Coaches.
Yeah, going to Hammond.
Okay.
And I asked them too. It's like, have y'all ever considered coming to Chicago? Please.
What they say?
They were like, I can't remember. I think they were like, they were like on the fence about it, but not. They were kind of leaning towards like no, or I think they weren't approaching.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, because it's not like EC's bad. I mean, it was bad when I grew up.
Where?
That's a good.
We got land in Calumet. Hell, we got land everywhere except maybe. Well, I was gonna say the north side, Magoon, on the corner. If they didn't build there yet, it's an open space right there. But that's within the neighborhood.
What are they doing with Indiana Restaurant?
I think they closed it. They closed it, right?
No, it's still
they
up.
Might be. They opening it back up.
Yeah, I heard they just closed it down because of the virus. But I didn't.
But one of the workers got on Facebook, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and said that it was closed. Not
like permanently?
If you get the right spot in there, you know what I'm saying? Like that could be big.
Oh yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
And just kind of wait out one of them other, like Baba's. I heard stuff about Baba's that wasn't too pretty.
Yeah, I tried them twice, the Baba's and EC. I tried them twice, and it just that second time wasn't a hit, and I'm just like, I'm good. So
yeah, and then there's
try to come support, but it wasn't nobody black that owned it.
Yeah, and then plus there's stores next to Baba's that are completely vacant. Like there's actual store spaces that are completely vacant, and big enough for anybody to come in there.
And they've been vacant. They've been vacant for a while.
Every single time I deliver flyers there.
That bank in Calumet. On what is that? Kennedy and Chicago Avenue.
Where at?
Across from the post office.
That bank is flooded. The old bank, is flooded. That's why they ain't did nothing with it.
Wow.
They say that bank flooded.
Yeah, that whole stretch of street before you get to the water department on Chicago Avenue, that's all vacant. That could be spots except for the donut shop. That could be a commercial space or whatever. There are tons of for example, the bank, like that, y'all could easily, like, it could easily be torn down, brought back up to code, and made like, I don't know, a mini commercial complex, or like how Fitzsimmons building is or something. Right. That's an example, but they could easily do something with that. Bailey's, before they closed down, again. That's another area. You know what I'm
I
saying?
forgot
Like,
about that.
yeah, when Bailey's was open, when that was another black business that had to close down. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but
That spot where D-Max was at, they tore that down, but it's just open. I mean, New Edition got land too.
yeah.
I mean, we got land.
Yeah, we got a ton of land. It's just like no one. It's almost like no one wants to give it a shot, or like maybe it's just because like they live too far away and that'd be too much of a commute to get there, or there's something keeping them from coming up in here. And it's like we don't bite, we just have shit weather. So
who made the decision to sell or buy land in the city?
That's a good question. That I do not know. If I had to guess, probably the owner. And Dairy Queen's the old Dairy Queen's another example. You could easily, there has to be a black-owned ice cream parlor or something somewhere in the region. There has to be. If not, let me be struck by a flying ice cream truck and live. I don't know. But that's, so this is the type of stuff that we talk about.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
Everything is like Dairy Queen, Dairy Bell. Like I have not seen.
Matter of fact, it was one on Main Street, but they closed.
When? An ice cream shop?
It was, yeah, it was. They closed down. As I remember, it was two of them.
They got a snow cone truck. If you go to like any function,
Crazy Cone.
I don't know. They be at like Lake County. They be at the stuff, and they opened up a little shop on.
Yeah, because they was at the Kielbasa Festival last year, and the lady, real nice by the way. She, because I put some of the administration on game, and they they got some ice cream or whatever from there, and she was like, next time you come through, I'm on Main Street. It's on the house. I'm like, really? Oh, wait a minute. Now this is unexpected. I didn't ask for this, but all right.
And that's the problem too. Like black-owned business. Some of them want to give away stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a problem with paying. You don't gotta give me nothing free. Like I get it.
And I think the problem with her was like, I don't know, like she had like her phone. I think her phone got stolen or something. It was. Her phone number was disconnected for like quite some time because every time I would call that number to get it logged back in, like in terms of like the new businesses in Chicago and shit, it would always show, this phone number is disconnected. It's like, okay. And then there's the one across the street from the funeral home on the corner, right before you get there. And they weren't they weren't nearly as appealing as Crazy Cone was. Crazy Cone, they had the lady that worked behind the counter. She was real nice and that's that and third. You come in, like you can tell like they don't really have that type of like customer to like employee train etiquette.
They gotta promote Facebook. They gotta promote.
We offered multimedia. We offered to do like a spotlight on them. We just couldn't get their number, and then they never, then they ended up closing down. Because I would come up in there, and I came up in there, and I told them like where I was about, what I was on, and they never hit us back on that opportunity. Same thing with Crazy Cones. I told old girls like, hey, look, we're supposed to be doing a ribbon cutting and a spotlight for y'all. You just got to fill out the paperwork. I guess she never did. But then she also, again, she had like other issues, like a family member had passed away. That's why it took her so long to reopen. And so I guess I guess you can't really blame that person because life does get in the way. But at the same time, it's like,
is what you call it still doing the popcorn?
Calvin,
they good?
Yeah, they're good. No, they're good. Cause I saw them at a GameStop tournament one time. Set up right in front.
We just need stuff like black-owned business, something that's different, man. That's make people want to come.
Fuck it, back. A black-owned comic book store.
Hey,
people like to read comics, bro. Like that ain't far-fetched.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far-fetched at all.
Right.
So
you got hella comic books over there?
No, because I don't really care to read, but I will read like certain all my uncle's comic books are like stowed away somewhere. I don't even know. I think they're in the garage. But they grew up reading a lot of Marvel. But that's another one, like a black owned comic book store, a black owned gaming store, black owned clothing store aside from Jackie's. Like the list could go on, and anything. And I think that's what we should call this. Anything that the rest of these folks out in the world can do, we can also do, and if not better. Right. Because that's just how amazing Black people are. That's how amazing we are. You know what I'm saying? And
I want a beauty supply store, man. Like I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
For the waves, huh? You gonna have some Dax in there? Blue Magic. Murray's.
Blue Magic.
My man's gonna have a patented do-rag.
Hey, straight up. Do-rags sell.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so easy to get. They sell. That's business right there. So maybe we should, instead of trying to look for, say, a community center where that's all they do, maybe we can do it once a month and have people come that know and understand business, and they can talk about it. It can be a workshop, bro. That way it's not a commitment like 24/7. We got to have a facility. No, we can move around and we can have it once a month and just have experts coming that we personally know and whoever else we can get our hands on just to teach.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah. Hell, do that. People who gonna show up is interested. Who don't, they'll eventually catch on when they see everybody else starting to pick the ball up.
Hell, I'm starting a business with me and 3 other individuals that I went to school with. We're trying to get our game. We're trying to build our first game for the industry.
That's dope.
That's tight.
Yeah, it's what I went to school for 6 years, and to the fact that I happen to just stick with the same core people from day one, and we were just like, you know what, 2020, we own it. And granted, every pandemic under the sun decided to hit. That didn't stop us because we had Discord. So we're making YouTube videos so that we can get our name out there, but we're also in meetings like this where we discuss like, okay, who's doing what are we doing, we're still ironing out the kinks for what is it, 2D or 3D, stuff like that, and we all come to a democratic consensus as well, like all in favor, all against. We don't talk over one another, we don't down each other's ideas, and we're all, each and every single one of us in that group is all a brother. And
do you know how to do apps?
No, apps are a nightmare. Never. I can code a website. I can definitely code, although it's been some years, but I can definitely code. I just no. I had an app class that I still have nightmares. Anyway, but yeah, that and we can, and hell, we don't see a lot of people in my field either, because when I was in school, it was literally just those 4 people that I'm with, and the rest was just either like of a different racial ethnicity, like Hispanic. There was a lot of there was like maybe like a couple Asian people.
When you say your field, what you mean?
I went to Purdue for computer graphics and technology. And that's what I graduated with. And I did not see a lot of African American people in my field, which
not promoted. Like,
yeah,
not, like going up through elementary and high school, like certain things are pushed on the kids, but like all type of options and opportunities are not given to them, so they don't really know.
They don't know what they want to do.
The normal, what they think is normal, not realizing like, damn, like I had all of this could have been for me, and I'm wasting my time doing this.
Because
they gotta know.
Because like at Purdue, and I don't know if this is the same for like everywhere else, but like there would be there was my field, and then like when you turn around, you look in nursing or you look in business and entrepreneurship, that's where you would kind of see, or really communications was the biggest group that the biggest major that had people of color, like because it was because of how I guess for Purdue it was kind of easy. I don't really know.
I was one of them. I didn't know. They said my boy Roddy was like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. We're going there." Okay, cool, man. Me too. Yeah, man. I made something for it though, because I went to school for radio and TV, and once I got out of school, I started working for ABC News. I was an entertainment anchor before I moved back to East Chicago, and I was a radio personality with 2 stations down there. So like, I put the degree to use, but when I came home, it was like I got to do something different. And like that's when I started working with the kids in the schools, because I work for BCI too.
Yeah.
But like, this was more important to me. Like I can always go back to radio. That's cool, but like the kids is more important, because the kids is gonna be, like I said, they up next. So if you really care about the community, we gotta start working shorties.
Right. And especially in high school, because that's where they're the most impressionable. That's where they're the most moldable. You're just like, okay, look, I'm not telling you to be what you want to be, but this is right here.
Right.
Or this is right here, or this is right here. It's all up to you. You can do whatever you want to do. They tried, and Central actually tried to get me to be a teacher for them. I don't know where that opportunity went now, because the lady never hit me back, but she looked at me like the Black Mr. Feeney. I'm like, I can accept that.
Oh no, you funny as hell, man.
It's in my blood. I can't help that. But yeah, these are great ideas, and we can take these ideas, we can take this video and archive it so that we can look back, so that we can remember what did we discuss, and then just build from that. This is ground zero right here. And if we keep at it, we'll definitely hit a peak, and who knows, a lot of things could happen off of this.
Yeah, that's that. I hope I have good intentions, and I have high hopes that we definitely make some moves as a collective, especially as Black men. Just to give example on what we can be doing. So, hey, appreciate you, Charles, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
Straight up. Proud of you too, man. I ain't know you was gonna hop into that, bro. Had no idea.
I didn't think he was either, especially when I had approached him with it. I was like, is he gonna
I was asleep. I'm on midnight. So I'll be asleep.
Rip. Was it old girl told me she was on she didn't get off till 11 yesterday. Karina?
Yeah.
Y'all be smooth out there. I don't wanna have to go Batman on nobody because I lost some friends and because of some stupid shit.
No, he good. I'm good. Great, bro. I appreciate it.
He said, I do push-ups. I'm good, bro.
No, I just don't be. I don't do too much out here. Be cool.
So, like, do you see a difference now that you're in this position? Do you see a difference, like, from how we grew up here with the police interaction?
I don't know. No, because like we were saying, like when we grew up, we knew like Judah. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like Orange. I ain't really had too much negative police, like interaction. So I don't really have nothing negative to say. You know what I'm saying? I was in the house all the time. But I mean
same.
It's some it's just some cops that's out here that do too much, That's something the department gonna have to, handle.
At the same time, it's the police do too much, but sometimes the people do too much because cough, these riots, yeah. This looting,
I agree.
Man. Like, okay, here's the thing. George Floyd, first of all, that knee should not have been on that neck. We can all agree to that as a collective. Second of all, but the fact that man died to somebody that's supposed to protect and serve, and while 3 other policemen crowded around him watching it,
right,
that took off in a direction I don't think anybody was prepared for. Because of course you had the black folks that was mobilizing, saying Black Lives Matter, and they was going peaceful protest for the most part. But then the white folks started joining in on us, and then so did the Mexicans, so did the Puerto Ricans, Asians. And then it started hitting worldwide. And then the rioting came.
Right.
But at the same time, I can understand it's okay to be mad. And, like, it's okay to break some things as long as you, my personal preference, I wouldn't break nothing. I'd be mad as hell, but I wouldn't break nothing because I ain't trying to get thrown in jail because I know my luck is terrible. But looking through their eyes, I can see why they're upset. The looting shit, no, that's ignorant. I don't care what nobody say that. But I can see why they're doing it, because they're either opportunists or they really was just ignorant, thinking that this was for George Floyd, because there are people out there that think like that. I loot this king size mattress in the name of George Floyd, and many, like, there are people that actually think that that's justifiable. It's not, and it's not. And
not to justify it, but you really got to think about, why would somebody, especially our people, why are we looting? Why is it even the thought to steal? Could it possibly be because they don't have no money?
No money.
Like even with the job, it's not equal pay. People are not getting the same equal opportunities. So I know people hate the fact that they've been looting. And sure, we shouldn't do that, guaranteed. But you gotta still think about, why would we even be in that type of situation to start off with? Why are we begging for anything? Why are we scavenging for anything?
Right.
This has been it's been designed for so damn long that each generation damn near seen it. And here we are. So I'm definitely against the looting. But, like, honestly, if you go to the museum, bro, like, when they charge you the shit they looted from us. So, but it's a problem now.
Yeah,
I say if they're gonna do something like that, they don't do it to the businesses that we need to grow.
Right.
If they want to make a statement,
like,
then you hit them where it hurts. That they love their money. Once you hit something where their money is invested, you really want to get their attention, but not destroy our stuff. Or
exactly. Like when, especially, and this would blew my mind when they burnt down Target. Target sent a letter that said, "We understand." I'm like, oh, okay. Target was like, we'll recover.
Yeah,
I understand entirely. Y'all broke it. We're good. We'll rebuild it in like 2021 or whatever. Just, we know. Like, that was crazy. Because then everybody was tripping, talking about you burned down a Target. Now where are you going to get? And then it's just like, oh, yeah, here's this letter that says we're fine. So, and as far as now the police department, I don't agree with, because, okay, I don't agree with it, but I get it, because, like, the police and him, and it's all tied together. But when you're angry, you don't see the bigger picture, because burning down that police station might have gotten rid of a lot of evidence that put a black man away for no reason, or it was evidence to break someone out of jail that was wrongfully prosecuted, or it was to put, or evidence that could possibly put a serial killer or a child rapist or something away. All that's gone, potentially. I mean, we don't know, but that's the big picture of it all. Burning down that police station was a good and a bad move, I feel. And as far as, like, the small businesses or whatever, they should have been left alone, because those were people that were trying to make an honest living, just like we're talking about right now. Because why? Because they didn't have no money. And they were trying to have money, and they got burnt down. Now they got to start all over again.
I watched the video, man. Them dudes ran in a JB's, came out with a random box. He probably got a box full of size 50 pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you go in there and steal that box for? Like,
especially we gonna know your dumb ass did it because you wearing some pants that are too big for your sorry behind.
But
so
arrested. That looting is just, man. I hear y'all. I've got a lot of stuff on my side over here, but that looting, man, I can't honor that at all, man.
Right.
Neither, bro.
And you know what's crazy? I had a sidebar conversation with someone that I don't really associate with no more. He, like, the way that he was talking, he was saying everything was justified, when I was trying to point out to him, this ain't it. And he was just being on the side. He was just erring on the side of, I'm mad just like the rest of them. and I'm okay with what they're doing. And it's like, you have to, my friend Pat, same person who has the son that asked about investing, by the way, he said, we need to separate the looters from the peaceful protesters. Another prime example, my friend Kyle, right around the time when the Latin Kings got put into play for defending Little Village, my friend Kyle has a sister. Two of her relatives got killed by the Latin Kings. She said that these people are not killing people that are trying to loot. They're killing all black people that walk up in there. Any black person walk up in there is going to be a problem. And like, I just feel like it should, because like when you think about it, when the Latinos came in to support us, that paints a bad message. When you see Latin Kings, or you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? That like, when you say Latin Kings are killing all black folks, it's like, oh well, here it goes. Here goes the blacks versus Hispanics again. And I just think like there should be a way to hone in and precisely pick out the bad shit from the good shit, if it's possible. I know it's hard because emotions are flaring and tempers are high. We tired, you know, but there has to be, there is another way, I believe. And I still believe that to this day they'll execute it better. This was a wake-up call to America. I'm not downing that at all.
Who will execute it better?
If we executed it not in anger, just like these gang members are killing us, or these gang members are killing other black people, instead of saying like Latin Kings, because I feel like again it's painting the picture of like, it's fanning the flames of, hey, why is your kind killing our kind? You get what I'm saying? And this was like maybe during the 5th day of protesting or something like that. And I saw that, I'm like, oh no. Because we were right there. We were unified. And then that happened. And then next thing you know, you look up GDs are beefing with Latin Kings, like, oh shit, here we go. You know, so.
But you know, GDs beef with Latin Kings anyway.
See, I don't know gang history like that.
Like, I mean, gang, that shit ain't nothing new. So I mean, and this is what's gonna trip you out, because we dealing with the situation where the cops is killing us left and right and getting off the hook. But like, if Latin Kings really went in like that on us, like
they would,
they will retaliate.
Yeah,
but I don't understand why they will retaliate against them when they're not really our issue. They really have not been our main issue.
Right.
Our main issue is
police brutality. Yep.
So at the end of the day, I'm just like, why would we go back with Mexicans?
Exactly. It's like we'll
go back after them. Like,
right. It's like
organized.
There's like over 100,000 people. There's a horde right here of people, and the police are right there. All you have to do is run to them. That's it. Just run them over. No, let's attack them. They attacked our homie. Oh, God dang it. Here we go. It's like, I don't know if they scared or if they just think it's the easier target, but it's just like, listen, I understand rubber bullets hurt and tear gas sucks, but they can't get all of y'all.
I mean, and that's real talk. Like, thinking about like during slavery, like you have like 200, 300, 400 bodies on one land with three people, three masters. Like,
yeah,
y'all could have been took them out,
right?
Like, y'all could, and people tried, and people have been successful, but that's not the story that we learn in school. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
This is what takes us back to a place where we don't even understand that we have the possibility to actually fight back, even if we want to do it in a strategic way. It's possible, but it's not taught to us. So when we grow up, this is what we get. Police do what the hell they want to do to us. We're not going to do nothing but peaceful protest. But let a nigga come around or a Latino come around and we own that. So it's like, wow. Like, and we're not the enemy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But they make us to be. And by you saying that, I saw something when they compared that that when the white folks had them ARs on their steps or something.
Yeah,
like,
when they was trying to break the quarantine. Yup.
Exactly. But then as soon as we show up, you know what I'm saying, even people that's not involved in what's going on want to be a part of it and making it the image bad, which is what we really trying to overcome.
Right. And it's just it's so crazy. But you know what though? You know what some of it attributes to? I really feel like, now I could be wrong, I really feel like it attributes to a lack of a will to survive. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I get pulled over by a cop and I know he on dirt, I'm pulling off. I'm pulling off.
You don't have to gonna do that because you know they coming for you.
You gonna have to chase me all the way back to my crib, homie. But at least I know I'll be with my folks.
They don't give a fuck about your crib. You let one of them chase you? Oh yeah, they calling buddies on you.
Nah, I'm talking dipping. If I even catch a whiff of BS, I'm gone. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be like, what seems to be the problem, officer? And he has, if I can, because I can tell when people be on dirt. Like I have that energy sense, and I call it a spidey sense sometimes. It's been with me all my life, and I can just tell when somebody just own that. And I just like, well, you what seems to be the problem, officer? You didn't signal a turn. Sir, I'm on the freeway. You know, like if it's something like way out the woods like that, oh no, I'm gone. You ain't finna kill me, not in the street like no animal. No, sir. Because then guess what? You kill me, then you got to deal with my mama. And she going to blow up the world. I'm going to just let that be known right now. She is going to spirit bomb the planet. I'm not kidding. I don't know how she's done it, but I'm sure she will. But yeah, like, nah, I think like some of it can be attributed to a lack of survivability because now we've been instilled the idea of, well, maybe if we comply, we'll be okay. And some people still keep that on them because at the end of the day, you could be caught. What is it? There was this video that I saw. This dude was parked on the side of the road, and an officer approached him saying that he was peeing out in public, which I don't even think that should be approachable. Because if you're out in the middle of the road and you have to pee, is that bad? Can they see me? You know what I'm saying? I know indecent exposure, but like if I'm behind my truck and the officer basically was saying, you know, why don't you pick it up and test it then or whatever if it's not urine. And then it just escalated into the black guy getting cuffed, tased, cuffed, and then had the dog sicked on him. And it was a stomach churning sight to see because the man literally said, I'm not doing anything. The water probably was just runoff from his truck because cars do that. And he blamed it on him peeing. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? So I think that it comes from because like I said, I think it comes from a lack of survivability being instilled into a lot of us because we just want to get it over, or at least to me, this feels like maybe when we get stuff, it's like, I just want to get this over with. I want to go home. I got stuff to do. What's the problem, officer? You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to go home. I'm not trying to be on beef with you, Officer Feel Good. I'm just trying to go home.
And the thing with that is, it's like they. Like races, other races outside our race, they're scared of black folks. They're naturally scared of us, so they treat every situation like the absolute worst. You know, and that's not all races. That's not every white person, every Asian person, but we go into every situation with that mask placed on us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just the unfortunate part where. If we grow not to be scared of other races, this wouldn't happen. Like I like everybody pulling out all the videos of everything now, you know. And every time I see it, I'm like, make it make sense to me, because I don't understand how can it something that severe get to escalate it that much to one, cause somebody death. Two, bring bodily harm to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
When, especially officers, like, we're paying them. Like,
yeah,
we shouldn't be scared. And I hear a lot of people just be like, fuck 12, fuck the police. Yeah, you feel like that way until you actually need the police. So just respect them so that they can respect you. But like you said, we go into every situation with that mask on. That's why, Ryan, that's why you having those experiences of, man, I'm just going home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody. I pay my taxes. I pay my
luckily, I have not been stopped. And Jesus, I know you see me. I hope I never do, because let me tell you, I'm dead ass serious. If I even catch a whiff of BS from that police car, I'm gone. I'm driving home. That's why I don't leave my house in the first place.
Because your safety is more important, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, officer, I don't want you to chase me. I don't want to run from you. Like, that's why I just do 60 and stay in my lane, depending on where I'm coming from. That's it. It's like, I don't want you to chase me. I don't want your homeboys to waste your resources to chase me. I don't want no spike strip to hit my car. I don't want to get pit maneuvered. I just want to go home. But you on dirt, and that's making me scared. You feeling for your life, but I'm fearing for mine. And I know you don't want to see what happens if I get shot and dead. Because let me tell you something. You saw 2020 was bad? All right. So again, like it goes to survivability. I feel like if like for example, if Sandra Bland, like maybe like if Sandra Bland, I'm not saying like if she had did this, she'd still be alive or something, but I'm saying like if her intuition kicked in hard enough to know this guy's gonna try and kill me, I need to go. I need to call the police. And it really, you know, it helps if you know a police chief too. Because thank God for Hector Rosario, because I'm telling you, that same scenario, not only am I running from the police, I'm calling him. It's like, help. I'm getting chased.
You gotta call him. You gotta call them so they can call whoever it is to make sure you're safe, man. Because
exactly,
people they not going home to their families, man.
Exactly. But I assure you, I sure the hell will. Because the minute he go to run my license plate, Chief Rosario, there's this white police officer over here. I don't feel safe. I'm like on the highway. I'm about to gun it. So if you could just get your homies to meet me off Klein. Get your homies to meet me off Klein. Please, because it's real. I do not feel. I don't know what it is. I just feel trouble. I need to go. So I'm telling you, and if you think I'm playing, let it happen. I'm gonna be on the news. 29-year-old Ryan Lomax from East Chicago was part of a high-speed chase a couple weeks ago. He said he feared for his life and stepped the gas. Yeah. And it shouldn't have to come to that, but damn it, it's to that at this point. So it's either I don't leave my house, or my spidey sense gonna be on 10 until this just doesn't happen no more.
I hope that never happens. And if it does happen, I hope that you can get away. I hope you get the idea to pull off before anything pop off, because sometimes people don't even get that option.
My Shadow Fox, my car can hit 0 to 100 in the course of like 5 seconds, I believe. For a Toyota Solara with a V6 engine, oh yeah, we're gone. We're gone. Because the
media play a role, though, man. You know, people see us a certain way because of what the media is putting out. That's something that we have to get control over too. We need to have more people owning the media station. People working for media station is one thing, but when you work, you sign the contract to what they want you to do. But if you own it, then you can paint a better picture of.
Oh yeah.
Because what we getting from TV is people getting locked up and constantly people getting killed, or the only people we see is us looting when it's not just us.
It's a culmination of other people.
So like
I'll be right back. I gotta run upstairs.
That media, man. We need to get that under control.
Yeah. Well, it is already 9 o'clock. While we were doing the meeting, apparently they said like, here's a gift, and we've lifted the 40-minute time limit on your meeting. All right, click. so it's already 9. I'm finna grab something to eat because the fam been cooked. So we gonna call it right there because Charleston also dipped out. And
you work midnight, he said.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's probably why you did.
Yeah.
So we're gonna call it there. I love the feedback. Y'all be safe out there, and we will pick this up, if not the 4th Monday of this month, definitely next month, the 2nd Monday.
Just keep it posted, bro.
Y'all sounds good, man.
Black Avengers disassemble. No.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace.